What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Ginger Chronicles. Henny, what's going on, bro?
What's up, man? What's up? What's up?
Dude, oh my God, it's been a crazy effing week, man. I think the world is kind of crazy right now. It's November 7th, Saturday, my freaking birthday.
Happy
Uh,
birthday, bro.
Thank you, bro. My last episode we did last week, we had Mark, aka Death, gets on. He had been dealing with COVID. Happy to report that he's better now, back to work. Say he still has like a slight cough every now and again, but he's testing negative, so it's all good. Well, right after the episode I put out last week, I think it was the next day on Saturday, 1 week from today, I started to feel a little icky, a little achy, sinuses kind of jacking up on me, which this time of the year is normal because when it gets colder, my old ass, the sinuses start jacking up on me, start sneezing a little bit more. So I got to take Advil and all that shit to, clear that stuff up or some Claritin or whatever. Well,
Cocktail.
right. So me and my girl have been planning on going to New Mexico this weekend for my birthday. So she saw how achy I was feeling, and so she's like, "Why don't you go get tested for the virus just in case?" I was like, all right. Well, she went on Sunday, got tested, and that Monday, I had to be work that night. But during the day, she was like, "I set you an appointment. Let's go get it tested. It's free." I was like, all right, whatever. Man, so I was off Tuesday. She got her test results in Tuesday. They were negative. So I'm sitting there thinking, all right, cool. We going to New Mexico, no big deal. Getting ready because I had something planned for today, something special on my birthday. I was planning to do. Well, I get my test results Wednesday, man, 2 hours before I was supposed to be at work, and the motherfucker said positive. Man, my
Boy,
heart sunk. Because honestly, when I got the results,
boy,
and
yeah.
even since then, I've been feeling okay. I've been feeling a little achy here and there, not too much. My sinuses are
You're
fine.
lucky, bro.
Well, I haven't had to feel any. I haven't felt any huge symptoms except for the fact that I can't smell anything, which is
Really?
good. Which is good because I've had gas, according to my girl, and and I haven't been able to taste anything. So I definitely do have those symptoms. So and what happens is when you test, they send you the email and you open it up. You got to go to a secured website, put in your login information and all that shit, and it tells you basically the results of the test, whether it's positive for the SARS-CoV-2 or if it's negative. Mine was positive, and it had a link to go to where they explained what you should do, how to isolate yourself. And then I think it was the next immediately I called my work. I let them know, hey, I just tested positive. They were cool with it. They told me get better. They were cool. They took me on the schedule until the 15th. Well, they took me on the schedule for the rest of the week, but then the next day I get a call from somebody to do with the hospital that's tracing the COVID, tracing everybody gets infected with it. They asked me what I did, working in a restaurant, all that stuff, and when was the last time I worked, yada yada yada. They pretty much said, "Is anybody else in the house?" I told my girl she tested negative, and even though she was starting to feel sick at that day, like she'd been feeling sick ever since. Um, they told me to isolate from her, whatever, whatever. She was already feeling sick, so we didn't do that. And I told them, I was like, hey, well, she's already feeling sick, blah, blah, blah. And they said, well, she might have it, even though she tested negative. She might have tested too soon. So for both of us to isolate, and they told me until about the 10th or the 11th, her until about the 14th. So I worked out with my work that I won't have to be back till the 15th. She went and got tested again that afternoon, and it came back. I think it came back today. It still said negative, which is weird because she's been sicker than I have. I mean, she's been coughing a lot. Her stomach's been hurting her. She's been like having headaches, which is I had a few headaches. So I had those symptoms a little bit. She's been like little. She's been ill, like in a cold flu type ill. Who knows? She may actually have the real flu. But for me, man, I've gotten lucky so far. Like I honestly, it's I've gotten real lucky. I'm blessed because Like I said, I can't taste anything, so any delicious food I can't and like
Well,
it.
just be vegan for a week then. Then it,
Nah, I'm
fine.
good.
It'll be fine.
My problem is I eat too much spinach, and you know what happens when you eat too much spinach. So yeah, bro, don't get them with that. I love spinach. I ain't gonna lie, I fucking love spinach. But yeah,
Ooh,
like so. Honestly, for me, I got lucky so far. It hasn't been that bad. Like I said, I've had headaches. Been a couple of times I might have had a little trouble breathing, and that probably has more to do with I'm still new to the high altitude of Colorado. So my lungs and stuff probably haven't acclimated, which is one thing I did worry about because
ooh.
even though I'm out of shape, I know that I still have a pretty good immune system. I fought off bronchitis in 2 days last year. I take,
Like, yeah.
I drink a lot of water. I eat as healthy as much as possible. I need to go working. I need to get back to working out more. But so like I said, the only thing that was I was worried about was the fact that I was new to the high altitude. Uh, you get it's less oxygen, so your lungs, aren't used to that. They could really compromise your immune system. So far, I've
Yeah,
been lucky. I've been damn lucky because a lot of people, and unfortunately, I know some that haven't been as lucky. So I'm counting my blessings. But immediately, whenever dude, I found out, I immediately shut down everything around my life and just been pretty much been inside. I went walking around the trail a little bit with my mask on and stuff, but I'm hoping, I'm got probably another week of isolation, and that I'm hoping I'm through the woods on it. That I haven't seen that I've seen the worst. Uh, Right now, I'm more focused on her too because she's been a lot sicker. Hadn't been feeling as good, but both tests come back negative, which is weird. But I want to give a little announcement. Also, I got engaged today.
oh my God.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Oh
I
God.
was. We were gonna go to New Mexico for my birthday. I've been planning on doing it. I've been planning on doing it for on my birthday. I got the ring mid to late October. I was going to take her up in a hot air balloon in New Mexico and ask her there, but thank you, COVID, kind of fucked those plans up.
Hey,
But
that's what it's here for, yo. So a monkey
man,
wrench. It's a monkey wrench in everybody's program.
dude,
That's what it's
so
here for.
it's what's funny is like this morning she gave me like she woke like as soon as she saw me barely wake up, she was waiting on me to wake up. Like she's been more excited about my birthday than me, and I've been knowing for a while what I was going to do on my birthday for her. So she had bought a couple Packers gifts. She got me a new Packer license plate frame and a hitch. Packer G goes on the hitch for my truck, and then got me this freaking shirt.
Yeah, a
On a
quiet
quiet
night.
night in
Uh-huh.
Wisconsin, you can hear the bears cry, and
It
that
kind
was
of
all.
like a little diesel. It's got that fit.
Yeah, dude, it's
It's got
fucking
that. It's
slim.
got that V fit.
Yeah, I need
Look,
a. I need. I gotta get back. I gotta get back in the gym big time though. But yeah, so like I was trying to decide when I was going to do it today, and I was like, you know what, ain't no time better than the present. So I went to my hiding place, grabbed her the box with the ring in it, and came in there, and she like, and she was sitting on the bed, and I was like, stand up for a minute, and she was like, what are you doing? And I was like, stand up, and then she pretty much guessed. She's like, oh my god, and I was like, uh,
yeah.
yeah, hell yeah, bro. So looking at an engaged man,
If
you
you're gonna
know.
be a rookie, I've been married what I don't even know what 8, 9, 9, 10 years, whatever it is.
Woo.
Just so let me say, don't do it.
Man, I was about to say I'll be 37. I am 37 as of today. I've been in when I was in my early 20s, I was in a long relationship that could have ended in marriage, but it just ended, period. So I mean, other than that, I never really wanted to get married until now, So this is the one for me.
That's
I
how
love
you
her to
know.
death. Oh yeah. I mean, we've been together a little over a year. She's the one for
Oh,
me. I love her to
being
death.
married's fun. Like I always tell people, I'm like, see, I ain't gotta like people. if you go out with your homies and they all getting ready and they getting their drinks on, they wondering what they're gonna do that night. I'm like, yo, I know I'm gonna get a drink. I know I'm gonna get some food. I know I'm gonna go home. I got my wife. I ain't got to go talk to honey. I got that on lock.
Exactly.
That's on lock.
Exactly.
I can tap her on the shoulder at 2 o'clock in the morning, Cleveland Brown. Let's go. And that's what being married's about, right there, Doc. It's welcome to the club. You got to get some white New Balances now.
Some New Balances. No,
You got to
I'm good.
you got to get some white New Balances. Turn them bad boys green from April to September when you cutting that grass in the front yard. That's what they for.
Jesus.
Well, congratulations, man. Welcome to the club.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it, bro. All
And
right. So, huh?
when you tell, I mean, I don't want to interrupt you, but when you tell people, the first question they're gonna say is, "When's the date?" They're gonna ask you immediately. Your woman's gonna get it way more than you, so just tell
Well,
her, apologize now.
she's already been looking on sites and shit
Of
for
course.
dresses, all kinds of stuff. Like,
I was the same thing.
ironically though, we haven't even mentioned the date. I have no idea.
My advice is, let her do her thing, but on that wedding register, throw a Halo 4 up in there, throw a PS5. I'm telling you, like, you gotta make sure you use it properly.
Oh shit!
That's how
I
you
think
get.
she's gonna buy one before that, way before that happens.
I got my coffee machine when I got married. That joint still works. It's the bomb, yo. Whoever got that Keurig, you the bomb, yo. It still works. 9 years later, 8 years later. How long has it been? I don't know.
Oh, the Keurig, that one.
Yeah, yeah, but it's one of the old joints from the
Damn, I got
beginning.
some indigestion.
I mean, you got the COVID. It could be. We lucky you even here putting sentences together.
True that. I mean, honestly, like I haven't even had a fever. Like, I mean, she had I think hers got up to 99 point something, which is just slightly high.
I mean,
Um, they don't even actually come into the hospital unless it's like what over 102 or something like
yeah.
that. Mine has been 97.1 to 98.5, which is perfectly normal.
Which shows that getting the temperature checked before you go into businesses is kind of, whatever.
Yeah, true. Because I haven't had a fever. Mark Dethicus, he never had a fever. He threw up a lot from what he was telling me and was coughing a lot. He had a hell of a cough. Only time I cough is after I get through smoking a blunt or during. Um, but yeah, I haven't. I haven't had a cough, like a bad cough or throwing up or a fever. And but then there's some people, man, who are asymptomatic, don't have any symptoms. At least I
Right.
mean, I had the
I mean,
the sense of
had
taste, the
no
sense of
symptoms.
smell.
Cam
Huh?
Newton had no symptoms, but apparently COVID took his shoulder and arm strength away. So
I
just know that that could be a side effect of COVID. You won't be able to throw a football in a straight line within.
don't know how I'm gonna make it through life.
Well, Cam Newton's about to have no life with how it did him.
Dude, I don't know what happened, man.
The
His
first
first
time,
2 weeks, first game, we balled out. I was like, oh shit, Newton about to win the MVP.
COVID. He got COVID.
Yeah, because I mean he it had to affect him in some way because his first game or two, or it may just been a first lucky 2 games. But I'm sitting here thinking, well, I know at least after the first game, I'm like, yo, this dude's he's on a performance based contract, which means if he don't play, he don't get paid. He's base salary of $1 million, so he had to perform. And I saw that first game, and I'm like, damn, Cam Newton can play like this. He might be the MVP of the year. And then he had COVID, and then came back, and it just went bam all the way down. And it's like, I mean, I don't know if he was asymptomatic or not because something happened during that 2 weeks he was gone.
I'm gonna give my Cam Newton hot take and this is
All
from
right.
somebody who wants to like Cam Newton. If you look at him historically in the NFL, at least, he had some moments where mentally he just hasn't been there. Like he checks out. He did it in the Super Bowl. They got all the way to the Super
Oh
Bowl. He
yeah.
was one player, and then he got to the Super Bowl, and you could see it in his face. He looked like a whole different person.
Well, man, he went against that Denver defense, who was just, oh my god.
Either way, like he had a whole swag that whole year,
Oh yeah. I mean, he was
and then
phenomenal that year. He was MVP that year.
right, and he was killing everybody, and then that last game, and I don't think he'd really recovered. And we've seen that happen in multiple people. Matt Ryan, we've seen that happen
Yeah.
in multiple Super Bowl teams. You know, they
It's
get to
hard to
that.
get back there,
It
man. I
is, and
mean,
then it deflates you, and not to mention you hear about it all the time. All Cam Newton hears is he used to be the MVP, and he made the Super Bowl once, and ever since then he's been wishing for that moment. And that's maybe he might not even have. Maybe we're wishing that moment for him. Is what I'm saying. Maybe football is not 100% where his mind really is because he checks out. He does. He checks out. And Bill Belichick is not the person to check out with. So I give him one more week. If he play bad one more week, he's done. Yeah.
we'll definitely have to get to our picks though.
Yeah.
For this week. I originally made a video a few days ago. I think it was Wednesday, maybe, um, doing my picks, but I never really put it out. I don't know why I never put it out there, but I just didn't. So I'm gonna scratch that. But we all know, shit, I was gonna pick the Packers to win. Did you watch that game Thursday night?
Actually, no, because I
What?
forgot yesterday was I forgot that day was Thursday.
Wow.
Yeah, like I was living in on a Wednesday, and like my fantasy football teams all messed up. Everything. Like I think I had Andy Dalton starting last week. He ain't even play. It's sad. How the Packers lose though?
No, we won. We
You
lost
won last.
last Sunday to the Vikings. We
That's who
lost
I
at
was
home to
thinking of. Okay, you won last night. Y'all had a
we got,
4 day
yeah.
week.
Yeah, I mean that's normal. I mean there's lots of times teams play on Sunday and then play again on Thursday.
Well, they were
Uh
out of that though the last couple of years.
no, I mean sometimes they'll try to get teams coming off of a bye week and play on Thursday, but I mean I used to drive to Lambeau from Tennessee for like at least 2 seasons
Really? Oh,
working at Lambeau like selling beer and shit and going to the games. And I remember 2 years in a row, I would stay a whole week up there because we'd have a Sunday night game, then have a Thursday night game, and usually that Thursday night game, actually both times I think it was against the Bears. So let's before we do our picks for the rest of the week, we know I was gonna pick the Packers for Thursday night.
right.
I'm gonna give myself that win. I'm gonna let you have a win too because I know you were gonna pick the Packers. Wouldn't
Of
be stupid
course.
enough to pick the 49ers practice squad for crying out loud
Yeah,
because they ain't got nobody right now. But so the Packers win 34-17 over the San Francisco 49ers. Packers go to 6-2 and they're 4-1 on the road. And the Niners go to 4-5 and they're 1-4 at home. So they are like playing
and they're gonna
terrible.
they're
Huh?
done. They're done.
Yeah. I mean, in that division, yeah. I mean, you got Seattle, you got Arizona who's playing really well. The Rams are the Rams. You don't know how they're going to be. But yeah, with just Seattle, who's 6-1 right now. I mean, just them alone. Yeah, I mean, 4-5, all the injuries. The first game on the ticket, man, and this could easily be a primetime game because it's going to be a good game. You've got the 6-1 Seattle Seahawks who lead that NFC West division going into Buffalo to play the 6-2 Buffalo Bills. That's going to be a good game, man. You got the Bills at home. They're always a tough team to be at home. So we got Seattle, Buffalo. I mean, this is going to be a good game. You got Seattle are 2-1 on the road. Buffalo's 3-1 at home. You got 6-1, 6-2, and the right now. Seattle's got a 54.6% chance to win on the road, which that's pretty much pick 'em. That's close to pick 'em.
I'm
Who are you going to go with in this game?
I'm picking Russell Wilson, the leading or second and an MVP voting. One or two. But Seattle, I pick Seattle.
All right. I'm gonna roll with Buffalo. Um, Josh Allen's having a hell of a good year. He's had those two losses were pretty bad losses, but the reason why I think the Bills is because they're at home. They're a tough team to play at home. All right, so next game on the docket, we've got the Baltimore Ravens going into Indianapolis to play the Colts. Ravens, well, actually, both teams are 5-2. Ravens are perfect on the road. The Colts are perfect at home. Anybody knows the history of the Colts. Everybody knows they all started in Baltimore. That won't have any significance to this game because it's in Indy, and fans can't really come to stadiums anyway. I think they might be allowing some. But so man, this is gonna be a good game, man. I mean, we're not really seeing the Lamar Jackson that we saw last year so far. I mean, we've seen flashes,
He's
but
been all right. He's been
he's
all
been
right.
he's been okay. But what's happened is what I assumed would happen, and that's where defenses would figure you out. That's what they do. Coaches are figuring him out, able to hold him in the pocket, but he's still a good passer. So I mean, he's still gonna have a really good year. They're 5-2. They lost to the Steelers last week at home. That's definitely gonna hurt them. Steelers undefeated right now
And they
though, but I
lost
mean,
to another team who's in the top of the division, the Chiefs, right?
yeah, they lost to the Chiefs. So they lost to one team. He's only got one loss, and and they're the defending reigning Super Bowl champions, and the other team is the undefeated team in your division. So yeah, I mean, the Ravens are still sitting pretty,
They're on
and
the outside looking in. You know,
and
they're knocking at the door. They're
yep,
knocking at the
and then you
door.
got a Colts team who's 5-2, impressive with
Ah,
their first year with Philip Rivers. That's impressive. 5-2, 3-0 at home.
hey, Philip Rivers is whatever, dog. I mean,
Hey, they're 5-2, and they're in a tough.
how?
They're 5-2. They've won five, lost two. I mean, he's playing well enough to not screw it up.
I
I don't.
know.
He's not playing great. He's not playing great Philip Rivers football like he's played before, but he's playing well enough not to screw it up. Um, and man, in this one, it's kind of tough. Normally, when you see both teams got the same record, you see both one's undefeated on the road, one's undefeated at home. You more lean towards the home team on usually on that one. I'm gonna lead towards the away team. I'm gonna go with Baltimore in this one. Unless they can force Lamar Jackson to turn the ball over in this game, I think that's the only way. If you can win the turnover battle and you're in Indianapolis, you'll get the victory. I don't see that happening. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think that when you look at both these teams right now, you look at the Ravens, you see 5-2, 3-0 on the road. You're like, yeah, I can believe that. You look at the Colts, you see 5-2, and you're like, huh? You know,
Yeah.
4-3 maybe, 5-2, not really. Um, so I think after this they're going to be 5-3. I think Ravens win this game. It's going to be close. I don't see it being more than maybe
Who,
a touchdown.
who have the Colts lost to this year? Who are the two losses?
Hold on, simple click. They lost to well, they lost to Jacksonville in opening
Oh my
weekend
God.
in Jacksonville by a touchdown. Jacksonville's a horrible team. That's week one. You got a new quarterback who I mean,
Okay.
whatever. Then their wins, well, the wins aren't really that impressive. You got the Vikings, the Jets. They beat the Bears in Chicago.
Well,
That's pretty good because the Bears beat the Bucks in Chicago. They lost to the Browns
yeah,
though.
Tom Brady had a senile moment that game.
And see, looking at their schedule, they lost to the Browns in Cleveland. They beat the Bengals. They beat the Lions in Detroit. They kicked the Lions' ass in Detroit, which is still impressive to do. But they're playing this Ravens team, my man, who is like, they're a good team. I'm gonna pick the Ravens to win this easily. Not easily, but they're winning it.
Yeah, I'm picking the Ravens too. However, the Colts are one of those teams. If I was actually betting money, I would actually probably bet on them just because there's a high possibility the Ravens could just screw this whole game up and lose by like
Mm.
They do like Lamar Jackson really got him. He's on the outside looking in, man. He really needs to take that next level if they want to win the Super Bowl. If they want to win the Super Bowl. He's got to
Yeah,
get
but
the
I don't
pack.
see the Colts. The Colts aren't a Steelers team. They're not a Chiefs team.
But you
Um,
just got to win. But I'm saying if they get blown, if they lose for some reason, that'll hurt more than them winning helps them.
hey man, somebody's O's got to go. You got Ravens undefeated on the road. You got Colts undefeated at home. Both of the 5-2.
I'm picking Ravens.
I'm picking Ravens. Next game. This I mean, so you go from a really good game like that to a shitty game. Dude, we've got the 1-6 Houston Texans
Woo!
going into Jacksonville to play the 1-6
Oh, that's the best game
Jaguars.
to not watch ever in my whole life.
This could be our second tie on the year. And I mean, this game's gonna be horrible. I'm not even gonna watch this game at all.
But they'll have
Uh,
fans. There'll be fans in the stand.
yeah, I don't give a shit. I'm picking Jacksonville just for sake. I'm picking Jacksonville.
You're not even going to elaborate.
No, not they're both horrible teams. I mean, they're one win away from being the Jets. I mean, one loss away from being the Jets, which is horrible. You know, this is a toilet bowl of a matchup, and I mean, it's just going. I mean, nah, I have no interest in this game at all. There's a lot of better games on the television tomorrow.
I
Who
just
you got?
I just want to say a prayer for Black QB Deshaun Watson. And
I will say this, JJ.
well, I'm not done. I was about to say, and white man savior, JJ Watt, who also is wasting away on the Houston Texans. Because I believe JJ Watt belongs on the Packers. He belongs
Dude, I
on the
was about to
Packers.
say that.
He belongs on the Packers.
Did you hear what he said? He came.
Please
JJ
trade him.
Watt said, "Yeah, he said I'm not interested in a rebuild. I want to win a championship." That's pretty much saying, "Hey, get me the hell out of here.
Trade JJ Watt to the Packers.
Go home to Wisconsin. Go to Green Bay." I
They'll
mean,
give you a third round pick.
dude, you can imagine him, Zadarius Smith, Preston Smith, man, all of them right there. I mean, Jesus.
I would actually, you can have anybody you want, but
There's our run stopper right there. I mean, hell, I'm surprised they didn't make a trade for him. Why not? They didn't make a trade for anybody. There's your run stopper right there. JJ Watt has still got a lot of wattage, and he will kick your ass. All right, so who you going? You going Houston or you going
uh,
Jacksonville?
is Gardner Minshew playing? I
Yeah.
think he's hurt.
Is he hurt? I don't know.
He's hurt, dog. I'm picking. If he's hurt, I'm picking the Texans.
Yeah, he's out.
I'm picking the
Yeah.
Texans. I'm picking the Texans.
Who'd I pick? Jacksonville?
You pick Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna pick Jacksonville. Houston hasn't won on the road yet. Well, I mean, they've only won one period, but at least Jacksonville's won one at home. All right. Well,
Uncle Rico, throw football over the mountains, boy.
next game should be a really good game. We got the 5-3 Chicago Bears coming off of a heartbreaking loss at home to the Saints as they go to Tennessee, baby, to play the Titans, who are 5-2, 3-1 at home. You got the Bears at 3-1 away. This is going to be a really good game. I've actually had the pleasure of being at a Bears Titans game years ago. I think it was back in 2008. Never seen so many Bears fans in my life. I got to see Brian Urlacher catch a pick six and take it to the house. The Chicago fans flooded Nashville, drank the whole city out of Miller Lite. It was crazy. This is gonna be a good game. This is definitely I believe still a really good Titans team. I think Derrick Henry, you've got him and you've got Tannehill who can hold it down. Tannehill's not an elite QB in any way, but you've got the elite running back. And now you got a quarterback who will play good enough, who could be like your Trent Dilfer, someone like that who
He ain't
will
even not
not
good.
screw it up.
He
You know
ain't
what I
even
mean? Tannehill has proven. I mean, he left Miami, man. He got to Tennessee, and he's done a really good job. And he's got enough talent to where he can win you some games, but you've got that
He's not
running
going to
back
lose you as many games as
exactly
other
like
quarterbacks.
Mariota did. Mariota lost a lot of games for that team. So with it being in Tennessee, they're allowing fans, I think 13,000 fans. They've had a
Yeah.
couple. They've had two heartbreaking losses. One of them to Pittsburgh, and that was a tough loss. But I'm gonna pick the Titans to win this game. I got the Titans over the Bears in this one.
I'm picking the Titans, and you know what's funny is, as crazy as it sounds, if I could go to a game right now, I probably could, because that would be pretty cool to sit in the stands where there's not people like hugging you right next to you. Every football game I've been to, the guy next to me was breathing down my effing neck. If I catch COVID, I might get pregnant. I'm not close. I don't know. I'm picking the Titans. I
All
don't.
right.
I don't like the Bears. I don't pick the Bears ever. I never liked Brian Urlacher. I got a jersey for free in college, and every time I wore it, the worst things ever in my life happened to me. I don't like the Chicago Bears. And Nick
Well,
Foles,
of course, I don't like the Bears, but Brian Urlacher, he's probably. I mean, he's always one of my favorite players. I enjoyed watching him getting that pick six back in 2008
he's
game.
bad
But
luck.
yeah, it sucked. He always played for the Bears. But next game, so we're both going Titans in that, right?
Yeah,
All right. Next
best
game,
performance
we
in football.
all right. Next game should be an easy one to pick. You got the 3-5 Carolina Panthers going into Kansas City to play the 7-1 defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, without a doubt, I'm not really gonna get much into this. I don't expect this game to be close. Um, yeah, Teddy Bridgewater, 9-6 as far as his TD interception ratio goes. Patrick Mahomes is 21 TDs and one pick. I
No,
mean,
like that's one pick, bro. One.
one pick. I mean, he's in my opinion, the new Aaron Rodgers. How the style he plays, and his TD to interception
It's
ratio
a
is right
tough
there.
area of football.
I'm gonna pick Chiefs. I got Chiefs. I think they'll go to 8-1 in this one. They're at home. They're playing a not so good Carolina team. Let's be real. Who's just one or two losses away from being in the basement with Atlanta. So yeah, I'm gonna pick the Chiefs in this game. Who you got?
I'm picking the Chiefs because we can watch Patrick Mahomes run his little shuffle across the field and score some touchdowns. Le'Veon Bell, he played last week.
Yeah,
Did,
yeah, had
did
a
he
good
get?
game too.
Did he score?
I don't remember if he scored or not. But
Oh,
let's go ahead and get to the next game. We got that one under. We got Kansas City. The next one is another toilet bowl matchup, but it's an NFC East matchup. Which any games from any of those teams, or especially when they play together, is going to be shit. Um, we got the 1-7 Giants, who, in my opinion, should be 2-6 right now. I think they
what?
got screwed.
So
I
much
think they got
time.
screwed in that. I think they got screwed in that Buccaneers game. I think it was interception right at the end. There's another couple other missed calls that allowed Tom Brady to score a touchdown. Man, I think they got screwed, but oh well, it is what it is. They're 1-7, 0-4 on the road. They're playing a Washington team who sucks almost just as well. They're 2-5 right now, 2-2 at home. It's the NFC East, man. You're all like at 1-7. The Giants are still one or two wins away from leading that division. That's how sad that division is. In this one though, I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to pick this one.
All right, well,
Everybody looks like the line is picking Washington.
let me.
Um, I'm gonna go with Washington too. I want to pick the Giants because of how well they played against the Bucks. I think coming off that loss though, a heartbreaking loss like that was because you had that game won. I think that's going to still be in there, especially Daniel Jones' young mind. They're on the road where they don't play as well on the road. Well, they don't play well, period, but they definitely don't play any well on the road. They might be able to beat Washington, but I'm gonna go with Washington in this game.
Okay. I
Who you
mean,
got?
I want to pick Washington, but I think that the Washington football team is part of the Trevor Lawrence sweepstake, and they might not want to win this football game. The Giants got
All right.
Daniel Jones. He's functional. I'm not going
You,
to try to cheat for Trevor Lawrence.
hey, if Trevor Lawrence comes out in the draft this year, he's a Jet.
But he don't
Unfortunately for
want
that
to be a
kid, he's a
Jet.
Jet.
He don't want to be a Jet.
Unless no, who would want to be the Jet? I mean,
Well,
shit.
like, he might be able to force his way out.
I would trade that if Trevor Lawrence if he comes out to the draft, if I'm the Jets, you've got Sam Darnold. Your problem is not quarterback. Build a team around the quarterback. Sam Darnold is not terrible if you can
No,
build
no, he's
around him.
good. He's good.
Trade that number one pick, get a jackpot for it. Because I'm sorry, Trevor Lawrence coming out number one. No, he's coming out in the draft. That's number one pick all day. You can get a treasure trove of picks or some top notch players to some superstar players. Help your team out. Don't draft another QB to ruin their career. But you know what they're going to do? They're going to draft Trevor Lawrence and never build around him. The kid will have a terrible career. So if I'm him, I might just stay in college another year. I'm just saying.
he already said. He already said like he
I
might.
would normally I would say go get the money, but in this
There's
case I would
no
say stay
football.
for another year.
There's no money in football, and like even if he got
More
hurt,
money than you're getting in college.
even if he got hurt next year, I still think he would be the number one pick.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go with the next game.
Who am I picking? I'm picking the Giants.
Giants, and I got Washington. All right, bet. Next game we got Detroit, who's at 3-4, going into Minnesota, who's 2-5. Dalvin Cook ran all over my Packers last week. I think Minnesota can build off of this, off of that. That's a huge victory for them. They're not going to be in the playoffs. You got the Packers and Bears going to be the top two teams out of that division going to the playoffs. I think Minnesota can build off that. I think Dalvin Cook might have another great game, especially with it being at home. I'm going to pick Minnesota to beat Detroit in this one.
I severely dislike, and I don't hate anybody except for Kevin Durant sometimes. Severely dislike Kirk Cousins. So because of that, I picked Detroit. Not to mention, if you look, I just want to ask you this question because this is serious business. If you look at Matt Stafford's statistics, and if you look at him playing another 5 or 6 years, he's going to be like top 10, maybe even top five, and like passing yards, touchdowns, like all that stuff. Like he'll have a Hall of Fame numbers. So is he a Hall of Famer? Because he'll have Hall of Fame numbers. Matt Stafford will when he retires. That's a fact.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe we'll
I
see.
mean, let's say they win the Super Bowl. If they win a Super Bowl, then yeah.
That ain't happening. That
yeah.
ain't happening. I'm going
I'm picking
Minnesota. Who you
Detroit.
got?
I'm picking Detroit.
All right, cool.
I'm picking
Next
people out.
game.
Not Stafford.
Next game, we've got the 3-4 Broncos, who had a very impressive come from behind win last week, going into Atlanta to play a team I thought would rival the Jets for the longest time at being to go for that 0-16, and here they are 2-6. Um, they still haven't won a game at home. Atlanta's won two on the road. Denver 3-4. Drew Lock, he's the interception happy, So I don't know. This game could be a toss 'em up easily. I'm gonna go ahead and pick Atlanta because it's at home. I think Atlanta wins this one, gets their third win on the year. Broncos get their fifth loss for the year. Neither team's won the playoffs, so I'm gonna pick Atlanta. Who you got?
Who's number one in Atlanta? Got what? The Saints and the
Yeah,
Buccaneers in
well,
their division,
Bucks
right?
are number one, Saints are number two in that division.
All right. So they're not going to make the playoffs. Not, there's no
No,
chance.
no, that's not
The
happening.
Broncos actually have a shot. No,
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 no, because they've got the Chiefs and the Raiders. Neither one of these
no.
teams are close to where they belong in each other's division. I mean, neither
I'm
one's
picking
going to the
Atlanta
playoffs.
because they're they're inconsistent. They won last week. Matt Ryan will have a couple good weeks, and then they suck. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'll pick Atlanta.
All right, next game we've got the 4-3 Las Vegas Raiders, 3-1 on the road, going in to play the 2-5 Los Angeles Chargers, who are 1-2 at
Oh,
home.
I like that. I like the matchup. The penalty was
Yeah, the Chargers choked it last week against the Broncos. They had the lead. They were up by 10 late in the game. Broncos came back to win it. I'm gonna pick the Raiders to win this game. Raiders are 4-3, so we're still not sure how the Raiders are gonna. I mean, 4-3, is decent, but you're in a division with the Chiefs, who've got one loss. Got to play better than that. I think they can get this victory over divisional opponent, the Chargers. The Chargers could they could upset. It would be an upset of the week. They beat the Raiders. They could do it because they're at home and it's division. But I'm gonna pick the Raiders to win this game.
I'm gonna pick the Chargers just because I keep hearing all this noise about Herbert and how he's a, a future QB and a franchise QB. Well, let's see it this week because I'm tired of hearing about it.
Well, they
Tyrod
still a
Taylor's
rookie,
healed. I don't care.
first
Tyrod
year.
Taylor's healed, right? So you put the black man in the
Oh
ring.
Jesus.
He can't
Oh,
breathe.
oh my God.
And now he's back. White man take his spot. Perfect. Perfect analogy for America.
Next game. This is gonna be a beatdown of epic proportions. Yeah, that's about right. This is gonna be an absolute beatdown. You got the undefeated 7-0 Pittsburgh Steelers going into Big D to play the 2-6. I
Uh,
don't know who their quarterback's gonna be. Dallas Cowboys.
I
You
thought his
know,
last name was
you're
Griffin.
you you said to yourself, you're Ginger Savior, Ginger Power,
Man,
whatever, and Andy
that's you.
Dalton.
That's you.
Nah, bro. I told you from day one Andy Dalton wasn't that great. I told you us gingers don't claim them. I told you. I told you. But dude, the Steelers are going to kill the Cowboys. I'm glad this is only an afternoon game. I'm hoping that I can get it locally here. If not, I'll figure it out. I want to see this beat down.
His
But
name is Garrett Gilbert, the starting QB for the Cowboys. Garrett Gilbert.
yeah, well,
He
hope they
joined
got
the
someone to back them up.
he joined the team October 12th. Came from the good old AFL, the American Football League.
His
He
name kind of sounds familiar. You said he played for Georgia?
I don't know what college. I'm sorry,
Oh,
what? Yeah. Garrett Gilbert.
huh.
He
I
played for
would
the
look him up.
AFL team. Maybe
I
you
would
saw
look
him.
him up. I mean, it ain't. I mean, I think Steelers are gonna just go in there and kick their ass, man. It's going. Steelers 8-0 after this. Who do you got?
You know what's funny though? Garrett Gilbert probably was the best high school football player that ever came from his town. He probably had the hottest girlfriend in his high school. And then he went to a college where he was the number one quarterback and threw for 4,000 yards probably a season. And now he sucks.
Nah, we would have heard about him by now. He would have already been. I don't care who you are, what college you go to. You're throwing 4,000 yards. You're going to be in the NFL one way or another. And he said this is his first attempt into the NFL. He was in the AFL. Yeah.
I can't find no info on this dude, but I'm picking the Steelers so we
Let
can
me
win.
look him up real quick. What's his
I'm
first
up
name?
Garrett Garrett. I'm trying
Gilbert.
to, yeah. I mean, I'm reading an article about him.
Name sounds familiar.
I mean, if he does, then yeah,
No,
football.
he was with Cleveland last year.
So he played.
Um,
He's
he's
only playing for
okay. Well, I knew the name sounded familiar. He played for SMU, Texas. Drafted actually around 6 in 2014 by the Rams. He played for the Patriots practice squad. Well, yeah, practice squad. He was only practice squad with the Rams. He was practice squad with Detroit, practice squad with Oakland for 2 years.
6'4", dog.
That's tall. I mean, that's about that's pretty tall for quarterback.
I'm six
He was
four.
he was with the Panthers for 2 years. And then he went to the Orlando Apollos. So he's down there. He was down there with y'all in 2019. And then he went to Cleveland later on that year with the Browns for 2019, 2020, and now he's with the Cowboys.
So he had a longer
So
career than Tim Tebow. That's bull.
yeah, but I mean, I don't remember ever seeing the guy play. We'll see.
I mean,
He's only ever looks like he's only ever been backups and practice squad.
You're
So,
gonna see him throw some picks on Sunday. So
dude, I mean, he's playing a real. I mean, this is one hell of a game to come out to. I mean, ugh.
you remember in Little Giants when the homeboy comes out with all the pads on, like with all the extra padding?
Yeah.
That's what he should wear.
So he
On
was
Sunday.
practice squad. He was practice squad with the Browns last year. He played for the AAFL for the Orlando Apollos, and we all know those. Well, the
Yeah.
AAF. Those leagues don't stick around. Um, he worked out for the Cowboys back in 2017, but ended up signing with the Panthers, and then was waived in September, and then signed to the practice squad. So he's actually never been off of a practice squad, and they're gonna. This guy's come, man.
Yeah,
So
and
he's
they
never
playing.
been off,
Oh
huh?
gosh, and they playing the Steelers. They playing Omar Epps. He been in a
Dude,
hundred movies. He been in 100 movies.
he he's never played in an NFL game, preseason or regular season.
All right,
This
now
is going. Wow, bro, this is gonna be hard,
yeah,
terrible.
this will
Well,
be a
actually, he looks like he played in one game. Okay, so hold on, he played in one game for Carolina. Um, in 2018, he was 2 for 3 for 40 yards, and then he played in 5 games for Cleveland. Well, I mean, yeah, no, he was backup for most of these games because he only had 3 attempts in one game. Wow. And this guy's going to be the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys
yeah.
against
This will be the
Pittsburgh.
best game if 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 I was an illegal person and I had a bookie. This would be the
Oh
best
yeah,
game in the world to just
the
throw some
bet
money
on.
down on the boys.
Oh yeah,
They're,
this
they're,
kid.
they're minus 50, they're plus 15 on the spread. Cause like
If I was this kid, look. Well, first off, I've never played, um, football anywhere near that level. I wouldn't even know the amount of pressure. Um,
oh, they're perfect for
but
him, bro.
the best advice I could give to anybody like that is to pretty much go in with you got nothing to lose. No one is expecting anything of you. You've never played in the game. Everybody's expecting you to get your ass whooped. Go in and just say fuck it and
And
just
that's
play.
why I'm changing my pick.
Whoa, come on now. Hold the fuck up. Don't tell me you're picking the Cowboys to win this game.
This is why. This, hey, look, I like to take risks. I'm gonna take a risk right now.
Okay.
They have no
All
tape.
right.
They have no tape on this guy. Like zero tape. They have no way to prepare. Unless they're gonna go find some practice tape from the Cowboys locker room. There's a possibility in a world that probably doesn't exist.
I
That
will give
one
you
game.
one. I'm picking the Steelers. Are you picking the Cowboys? And I'll tell you after you get your pick why I will not switch my
I'm
pick.
picking the Cowboys because if they win,
Your thing is gonna be like some
I could
Disney
say
movie, like Angels in the Outfield type shit.
we can make a movie about it. It'd be like Little Giant, but it'd be they flip it. It'd be Little Giant too, but the Cowboys.
Jesus. All right.
I'm picking the
Here's
Cowboys.
why. Here's why I don't see what you're expecting to happen. This kid come out and have the game of his life in his first game. Simple reason why he's playing in this game. Why they've already lost their starter and why they've lost their backup quarterback is because their offensive line is shit,
He's about
bro.
to die, dog.
He's about to get murdered by this fucking Pittsburgh defense because the Cowboys can't stop that line. That line used to be the best line for a lot of years with Tony Romo and early with Dak, which is why Dak got to the playoffs. That line used to be really good. That line is terrible. They can't stop a cold. They can't stop anything, man. They can't stop nothing. They couldn't stop a paper coming across that line. That's how terrible they are. This kid is going to get slaughtered. I hope he has like the game of his life and somehow they win. That would be an amazing story. But in reality, he's probably going to, he may not make it the entire game. The Pittsburgh Steelers defense is they're phenomenal. You got Big Ben, that offense playing lights out. They're undefeated for a
I,
reason.
I,
They They went
I,
into Buffalo and beat the, and they went. I'm sorry, they went into Baltimore and beat the Ravens last week in Baltimore. Yeah, I'm picking the Steelers. I mean, I would love to see a miracle happen. I think it'd be a great story, but I don't see that shit happening.
any smart person would pick the Steelers, but a risk taker who actually, you know,
You gonna put money on it? How much you putting down? How much you betting with Vegas?
see, you only put money
Get on
on it
my
when the
bookie. How
odds
much you
are in your
got?
favor. The odds are in your favor. Put
Oh
money.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure the line on that. Let me go back to it.
They're
I'm
like
sure the
plus
line.
13 or something. With
I'm sure the line alone is worth throwing down a couple $100. But I mean, I don't feel confident at all. Not
confident
one
and
bit.
better are not the
See, the
same
spread right now is 14 and a half. I think it's gonna be more than that. I don't think they'll even cover the spread on this. I think that's very generous at 14 and a half.
All right, so if the Cowboys
Uh,
lose by 3, you're good. If the Cowboys lose by 1 touchdown, you're
dude, they're gonna lose by at least three touchdowns.
good.
They're not covering the spread, bro. They're not covering the spread.
But you
No,
see, sometimes clock management,
they need
sometimes
to make that. They need to make that a 30-point spread, and then I'll take it.
do the
I might
Steelers
still be
really put up
hesitant.
points like that? The Steelers are the team that runs up the score.
All right.
They
So who
don't.
so you got Cowboys?
Yeah,
I'm
fuck
taking
it.
Steelers. All
Up
right.
it. I mean, up it.
All right. Next game, it's two a time. Part two. Part one was kind of horrible. I mean, no offense to any Dolphins fans or the Dolphins themselves, but it wasn't nothing special about two in that first game. Their defense, on the other hand, I mean, those turnovers. You can turn over the ball and you can score off of a turnover. You're gonna probably win the game. 4-3 going in Arizona and playing a really good 5-2 Arizona team. Um, Kyler Murray in Seattle a couple Sundays ago had they him and Russell Wilson went touchdown for touchdown all the way to overtime. Kyler Murray and the Cardinals came back to win it, force overtime and win it in overtime because of Russell Wilson throwing three picks. That defense was playing so good. Tua, I'm not. I still think they should have kept Ryan Fitzpatrick, get some Fitz magic out there. He's having a good year. I didn't see any reason why sitting this guy. You're right there in the thick of it for your division. One game behind Buffalo. Give it to Fitz and let him run with it. I think that's gonna come back to hurt him. I don't think Tua is ready. Um, I think Tua has some mistakes in this game against that Arizona defense. If they can get three picks off Russell Wilson, they can get three picks off of Tua. I see Arizona pulling ahead in this game, winning and going 6-2. What you got?
Uh, I don't hate Tua. Tua. I don't mind them starting him. That's why they drafted him. If you're gonna get him, get him. Get rid of Fitzpatrick. Get a pick, whatever. If that's what you want to do, they might want to draft Trevor Lawrence. I don't think they're gonna be that low, though. I don't think they're
Yeah, I
gonna
mean,
be able.
I can understand wanting to see what you got with Tua, but when you got Fitz was having a great year, and you're right there in the thick of it for your division. The Patriots ain't playing
Yeah.
that well. Man, nah,
Are they gonna win the
I don't.
Super Bowl though?
You never know. You don't know
Yeah,
what's going to
but
happen when playoffs happen. Whoever gets hot when the playoffs happen, man, like everybody's picking Kansas City. When's the last? I mean, it's been nobody since the Patriots have won it back to back years, and that's
I
been over
mean, we
what, 10 years ago. So I
uh,
mean, it all matters what happens when you get in the playoffs, man, and you make it there. I mean, you can win
it's
your
true.
division. That gets you a home game in the playoffs. I mean, go with the hot hand. I think Arizona's gonna get this win. I think
That's who I'm
Miami
picking too.
switched
I'm picking Arizona.
Arizona.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
pick
yeah. This
Vegas.
next game we got is Sunday night football, man. I've been waiting for this rematch since their first game, since the first game of the year when these two teams played each other in New Orleans. I mean, you got Drew Brees going against Tom Brady. The Buccaneers definitely, hey, I saw my Packers get just fucking destroyed by them in Tampa. They're coming along really well. Antonio Brown is not going to be playing yet. I think he's got another week or two before he's eligible. But still, this is gonna be a good game because you've got the 5-2 Saints who've looked terrible in their two losses to the Raiders and to my Packers. Um, Still no Michael Thomas in this game. But man, this is gonna be a good game. This is gonna be well, he's questionable, so he's not officially out, but I don't
What?
think he'll play. And Chris Godwin for the Buccaneers is questionable too, and they're missing one of their guards. But this is in Tampa.
He's
I
still on the
think
Bucks. Oh
um, I,
man.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick Tampa to win this game because I think they've learned from that first loss. They've grown a lot just in a short amount of time, just in the first half of the season alone. They're a tough team, really good defense. Um, I think New Orleans could still beat them, probably in the dome with fans. Right now, without fans, who knows? But I think Tampa's going to win this game in Tampa. Who you got?
I'm picking Tampa. They're the most. Even though I like Seattle, they have the best player. Tampa Bay has the most complete team. I think as far as just offense, defense, special teams. Tom Brady reminds me of the year Peyton Manning won the Super Bowl that second year on the Broncos. Even though he's better than Peyton Manning was that year, Peyton was on the perfect team. All they needed was a quarterback to get them over the hump, and that's all the Buccaneers needed. Because Jameis Winston threw for 5,200 yards, dog. Like, he threw for
And
yards.
30 picks.
It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter, and it does. Because Tom Brady
It
doesn't
doesn't matter.
play
You throw
fair.
30 interceptions,
What
that
I'm saying,
matters.
what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter in the context that now Tom Brady's there, and he
Right.
hasn't thrown those picks, and now they're in position to possibly make the Super Bowl.
I mean,
But
yeah, I mean, you
he'll
got
get
the Bucks. I mean, I don't want to play them again. I'm not really excited about playing them again in the playoffs. It's probably going to happen. The Packers and Bucks will hook up again because in our history, we just don't have success against the team when we play them again. We haven't learned anything from the first time. They're a tough team, and so yeah, I mean, I got the. That's why I'm picking them in this game. Bucks win. Who do
yeah,
you got?
I'm taking the Bucks.
And then Monday night, I don't think we're going to spend a whole lot of time on this. Both teams look pretty horrible, um, which is odd to say. Usually, you know when you see the Patriots and Jets, you know more than likely the Patriots are going to whip that ass. I mean, hell, the Jets very well could. I mean, I don't know if I. I mean, damn, it's crazy how horrible of a team they are. I mean, it's possible they might get their first win of the season against a Patriots team who they're missing so many players because a lot of them sat out because of COVID. Cam Newton's not playing anywhere near like he played in the first week or two. Um, but they're still playing a Jets team who's just flat out fucking horrible. Um, I'm picking the Patriots. I think I'm not real too excited about this matchup at all, but yeah, I'm picking the Patriots to win this game.
I'm picking the Patriots too. I wish I was the bartender, so when the Patriots came in, I could turn that sorry ass game off and tell them to shut up. Because I had to listen to Patriots fans for 20 years. I got so sick of listening to them. I really wish I could hear them talking about how much the team sucks this year. They're probably
All
blaming
right.
on Cam Newton now.
Well, those are our picks for week 9. We'll put out another video. What Tuesday we'll record it. Wednesday we'll try to put out by
Yeah,
Wednesday.
yeah.
I mean, I'm trying. I mean, getting Henny on here to make these damn picks has been a headache.
Uh, I'm, 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 I'm the early bird in the morning, and then I'm the early bird at night. I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at it
But
now.
we're about to put together another video too. This was our, we're gonna do a two-parter today. So look out for that too. Talking about the election, man. This next video we're about to put out is
Woo!
all about the election.
Woo!
As we're putting this together, I'm watching Joe Biden, the now elected 46th president, giving his victory speech. So check out that video. And so
Okay.
our NFL picks are in, man. They're in.
Call him
We'll see you
alone.
guys. Yeah, that we got 2 months, bro. No, we got a month and a half. We got about a month before we really start talking
Oh
about it.
man,
When's the NBA draft?
I think that Trump's gonna legalize marijuana in the next month and a half.
That ain't fucking happening. When's when's the NBA draft?
Oh
Late,
man, like it's either
late
next
this month?
Thursday or the Thursday after. I like
Yeah, I got my computer right in front of me. I might as well look it up.
I'm looking Wednesday, November 18th.
All
So
right, so we got 11 days.
11
So
days.
next, not this Wednesday, next Wednesday.
I can go hard on the
Hell,
draft.
hey, uh, let's do a live show for the draft.
Let's do it.
Well,
Let's do it. You work
yeah.
that day?
Um, what that was 18th?
Oh, you're supposed to go back on the 15th. You know they're gonna make you work.
Yeah, I'll probably be working that day. We'll do a show. We'll talk about the draft on our. We'll do a couple shows that week.
And B,
We'll
hey,
we'll we'll put together a show. We'll do our show on the 17th on that Tuesday. Have it out before the draft on the 18th, and we'll make our picks for who we think's getting drafted, who we think's going where for the NBA draft. How's that?
yeah, yeah.
All right.
I
Well,
like.
guys, check out the next video. This has been our picks for week 9. We'll see how well we did. Henny, I'm Country. Peace out.
Ooh, they spin it.